starting to figure out this thing we call life and all the bullshit, games and shit that comes with it. I waited about a month or two for this movie to come out because I always been a Mortal Kombat fan. Of course, we always been Mortal Kombat fans if you was born in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like Mortal Kombat came out in the like early to mid 90s, and when the game came out, it was fantabulous. You know, video game where you can do fatalities and shit. You know what I mean? So it was hella dope. Everyone trying to learn fatalities and codes, and people. Some people had the codes, some people didn't have the codes. Some niggas was some real life cheaters that knew the codes and everything because they can afford to get the book. We couldn't afford to get the book. They knew where to get the book. Yeah, we didn't know where to get the book. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like the main characters people really used was Liu Kang. You know what I mean? People use Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kitana. You know what I'm saying? Some people use Jax, but you know, for the most part, those are the four people that people always use. You know what I mean? And like, you know, if you knew how to use Kitana, you couldn't even do nothing about Kitana. You get mixed up. This goes all the way back to how that was a good time and that was a good shit. That was a good game and the storyline was good, but the movie made sense when it came out, and Liu Kang, it was a good feature and everything was good. However, those times have changed. The reason those times have changed because what I figured out is that it's not about the movie. It's not about telling the accurate movie on how things were. It's not about that. You know what it's about? It's about putting your spin off to a movie, so if it blows, you get credit for it. That's what this shit's about. I've seen it too many times it happen. There are too many stories. And, you know, you can go Batman, Spider-Man. You can go, you know, Justice League. Now they just came out with a new Justice League, which is this is the director's version compared to the other version. This is what they're doing. Their title sounds good, but the shit is phony. They just keep putting the title, convincing people that this is the story. Oh yeah, this is the story. Then people don't really pay attention to the directors of who direct the story. And then we think it's gonna be the same story. It ain't the same fucking story. It's wherever the director feels like he wanna put it in the bullshit. Just like this Mortal Kombat. You put a motherfucker named Cole, no one even knows Cole. When I grew up, we never played. There was no Cole. There was no story about Cole. We don't know nothing about Cole. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Cole. I don't care about his bloodline. I don't care about nothing. Niggas don't know who the fuck Cole is. So I'm watching this Mortal Kombat and I'm getting disturbed because I'm like, okay, is that nigga gonna turn Scorpion? Maybe that's a Scorpion story. And then at the end of the day, it's some nigga named Cole that no one ever even heard of. You're going to base your whole story around somebody that nobody's never even heard of. But the reason why he did that is because new director. He wants credit for bringing out this nigga that no one ever heard of. He wants credit for it. I'm the one that made a Mortal Kombat that had some action and gore and brought out somebody that nobody's never heard of. The movie, I don't know. The movie was trash to me. You know, overall, the movie was trash. It had some fighting scenes, but it took too long for people to get activated. Jax, I don't know how he survived that attack in the abandoned house. Got his arms took off, thrown deep into the dwells of a tunnel. Where they fight? Look, all right, you get thrown into the tunnel. Your arms are gone. These niggas had to travel on a plane miles and jump off a plane into the desert to get to the destination. How did you get there before then? I guess Raiden must have found him and teleported him to him. I don't have no idea. It's fake. They didn't explain it. They should explain it better instead of just having him show up at a place that was thousands of miles away where people had to jump off a plane. He made it there before them. How? Kano, I mean, you could have really replaced him with Johnny Cage. People know about Johnny Cage. No one never used Kano in the game. Nobody never used Kano throughout the whole game of Mortal Kombat. He had an interesting character, but no one cared. He was piece of meat. He was either the first or second dude. You just mix him up and get him out the way. So you could have replaced him with Kitana or Johnny Cage. But this is all about the director. Like I said, the director really is just setting shit up for part 2. This is what the directors do. They throw a little bullshit in here, get your dick hard, thinking this is gonna be about that, and then they try to prepare you for part 2. Nigga, I don't know if I'm gonna live to part 2. I don't know if I'm gonna live to even see part 2. So you should put everything in part 1. Stop trying to set it up for part 2. I don't know if I'm even live to even see part 2.